Welcome back to the channel. This is another Java activity, part of our Java course for APCSA, and really for anybody that wants to learn more about Java. So in previous lessons, we've learned about variables and operators, but this time let's actually show information to the user. So every Java program communicates through output, right? So today you'll learn the three most common ways to print information. Okay, so let's get started. So if we want to do println and then say hello world, okay, very common, right? And we go ahead and run that. Oops, forgot my semicolon there, which is going to give me an error. We're going to get hello world. Okay, now if I decided to do this, and I went down the next line, oops, and did world here, right, with the exclamation point, what's going to end up happening is when I print this, it'll print it, hello, and then world on the next line, just like that. But if I wanted to, I could make these all on one line. Now, well, the way this works is, it prints this ln says after you're done with this, then go down to the next line. So if I take this out and just leave print, let's see what happens. Now we get that on the same line. Now this one's still ln, and that's because it hit enter at the end, right? That's why I have this. You can see code execution successful. I don't know if it'll get that close to it. Let's try removing the ln just to see if this can show you that gap is, yeah, see how it's up here now? So there's no space underneath this text. So print will allow us just to print this all on one line. And if I keep using print, it'll keep printing it all on one line, until I run out of space. Okay, so ln makes a new line, just regular print prints it on the same line. Okay, does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. All right, so now let's go ahead and we'll print some variables. And please understand, this isn't right or wrong. Both of these are very usable, whether you print ln or just print. Okay, it just depends on your use at that time. So neither of these are incorrect. Both are very useful, just depends on how you want to use them. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to make some variables here. So we'll do a string, and we'll call it name, and we're going to call it Joe. We'll make the name Joe. Okay, then we're going to make an int, and we're going to use age as the name, or the label for that, and then we'll say that this is going to be 20. Okay, so this is going to be an integer, and the assigned value is 20. And then let's do one more. We'll do double GPA, and we'll do 3.8. Okay. Now, what that does, right, is this prints a decimal value. That's what double is used for. Okay. So now, if I went to, and we did name. Okay, when I print these will all be on different lines, and it will print all these out. So this is how you would use printing a variable. Okay. Okay, see that? Joe is the name, age is the 20 that we have right there, and then GPA is 3.8. Now let's say we wanted to add some labels to this, or add some text so that it doesn't show up just that way. So we can do that very easily. Let's do student. It is going to be a string, but now when we do these, a couple things. Now this right here, I have text and I put quotations around this because it's telling the program this is going to be literal text that we're just going to show up over here. Okay, I've included a space because when we use this term right here, this is called concatenate. And we're taking this string and just kind of mashing it together with this string. We're just kind of putting them right together. It doesn't see a space anywhere. It will just take name and smash it to this text right here. So if I don't have a space, it won't give any space in between. Okay, and then I can do the same thing with age. Like that. I'm going to put a concatenate there, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this. Okay, and then we can run that. Now we get student Joe, age 20, GPA 3.8. Okay. Now in some languages, you can't do a string and a number together, but Java, that is no problem. It doesn't have a problem with that. So if you've ever used other languages, like Python specifically, just understand with Java, you don't have to convert this over to string or anything like that. Okay. So this is how we use string concatenation, or concatenation where we're just kind of putting them together. Okay. All right. Now, sometimes we might want more control over how our information appears on here. So I'm going to erase these, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new System.out. Now this one's called Printf. And what Printf does is allows us to kind of create placeholders where that information would be, and then later on tell it what that information is. So my name is, and then there's a number of them. We're going to use this right here, percentage, and then I'm going to do S, which is string. And I am, and then we're going to do the same thing again here, and then this will be an int value. Okay. And then there's one other one called basically like new line. And then we can do this and do name. Okay. Okay, let's see how that works. Oh. Let's forget those semicolons. I think it's from using Python too much. There we go. And look, it says my name is, and then this, because we did this character right here, and this was our first one. So it picked that up and said, okay, my name is, took name and placed it in there, and then I am age 20 years old. And then I did a new line, and you can see the new line at the end, although we don't really see that on here. Okay, pretty cool thing to do. So Printf, just kind of a very useful tool to have. Okay, let's erase these, and we're going to make just a few more to show how we're going to use that Printf. So I'm going to erase this, and then I'm going to erase, I guess I'll just erase the whole thing, and we'll start each one. Okay, so we're going to make a double. I'm going to call that price, 12.5, okay, and then we're going to do now there's a series of them that we can use. So the first one is we're going to put a $sign here. Now that's just part of the text, so don't get confused with that. And then this F is going to be our double, and then this will be our new line. So if we go here, okay, So this is going to be printing literal text here. And make sure when you do these for printf that these are inside your parentheses here. Your quotation marks are your quotation marks. Okay, so this is just a number sign, right? Because it's a number value. And then this is going to be our double. And this is going to be a new line. And let's take a look. Very good. Okay, now, oh, this kept going on. It should just be 1250. I'm not sure why. Oh, we'll get back to that. Well, let's actually, we'll do this right here. So this does decimal values, and it just kind of kept running on without changing it. But what we can do is we'll just do 0.2. And what this will do is it will tell it that, hey, we just want to do 2 decimal places. Let's run that. There we go. That's a little bit better. Like that. Much, much better. Okay, let's change this up. Instead of price, let's do average. Okay, and let's just make it like this is a test score average. So 91.5, 6, 7, 8, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, kind of a lengthy average, but that's okay. And then we're going to, instead of price, we're going to change this to average. Now, we do know that we did 0.2. Can we do 0.1? So this will just be 1 spot, right? And look at what happened there. It rounded. So it's 91.6, so it rounded that number. Let's say I do 3. So 3 decimal points, or decimal places. There we go, 5, 6, 8. And see how 7 rounded up. So that's very good, very useful for us, right? We can definitely use that in some of our coding. So this is really important, a good thing to stow away in your coding toolbox. Okay, last thing we're going to talk about here is let's talk about escape characters. So if I'm just going to just straight print something, and I'm going to say Java programming, right? If I print this, it's just going to be all in one line. Now we learned how we could make another line here. We can do another system.out. Let's say I want these on 2 lines. I could do a system.out.print line and add programming to it and just do Java on the first line, programming on the second. But I can also do, we call these escape characters. And they are backward slash on the keyboard. And actually, let me get rid of my space there. It's backward slash, and then N is new line. Now again, this has to be inside the quotation marks for you. But if you do backward slash N, what'll happen is it'll go Java, and then kind of like hitting a return on a typewriter, it'll hit enter, hit return, and programming will be on the next line. Let's watch how that works. And there we go. So the escape characters, another really, really helpful tool. And let's show you something else we can do. So let's say that we're going to print out those scores that we just had, right? And we're going to do name. Now there's another escape character called tab, where we're going to tab over. And we're going to keep that in quotation marks. Oh, and let's capitalize name. Now I don't have any variables here. This is just text, okay? And then let's do another. And let's do that Joe. And we'll again do T. And then let's say that that's going to be 95. Okay, that's like the test score. Okay, let's run that. Oh, my T didn't tab over nearly as far. I feel like it didn't even tab. Not very well, anyways. Interesting. What if we do another? Oh, that works a little better. Probably because Joe is shorter than name, maybe. Anyways, this is how we got that moved over. So /T will allow us to tab. Okay. All right. Now sometimes with this, we want to put a quote in here. Like, let's say we want to say, we're going to quote somebody, and we're going to say, Java is awesome. Well, the problem we have with that is, look at, these quotations are considered reserved characters in Java. So it's thinking, oh, well, we need to put we're going to put some text in between these, and we're going to put some text between these. It doesn't see this as just, oh, I want this to be part of my quotation, right? My quote that I have. So we can actually use those escape characters again. We can use the one there and one there. And what that tells, oh, wrong spot. It's got to come before the quotation. So what it's doing is it's telling Java, hey, this quotation mark and this quotation mark right here are not reserved characters in this instance. They're just going to be used like normal text. Okay, and then this is how you would get a quotation like that. Let's run that. Yeah, pretty cool. Now you can use this for a lot of things too. Think about if you have, because these are reserved characters too. So if I decide, like think of your computer and you do C, we're doing a pathway, right, to a file or something like that. Okay. Let's see what happens with that. See, this gives us an error because it sees that this is a reserved character. It says illegal Unicode escape. See that escape character. So what we can do is we can you just got to double these up. Basically, you're going to put an escape character in front of that /, and then it's telling it that that is just going to be text. And now we get that. All right, so there we go. So today we learned about print, right? We learned about println. We learned about printf. We learned about escape characters. We learned about printing variables. We learned about formatting decimals, whether you want to do 1 or 2 or 3. And just kind of making our output of our text just a little bit better using different, formatting that we use. So I'm hoping this was really helpful for your coding. And good luck.